Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to ARK Survival Evolved with me, Lathrix, and of course, welcome to our top carnivores, now with a little bit more dye. In today's episode, as the title may suggest, we are going hunting for penguins. Yes, indeed, 2 new animals have been added to ARK while I've been a little bit ill and under the weather, unable to record, and they are the penguin and the anglerfish. Now, apparently, the anglerfish is so big you can actually mount it and use it as an underwater mount. A very, very creepy one indeed. And the penguins actually serve the purpose of basically being living biological heaters. If you are close to them, you will get a little bit of resistance against the cold, which I think is absolutely phenomenal. But on top of that, if you kill them, which is their main purpose sadly, they drop organic polymer, which means you no longer have to make polymer yourself if you don't mind hunting a few penguins. And on top of all that, look! Dodos now have ruffling feathers and everything, and they look 10 times better than they used to. When did this happen? Was it a very basic graphics change? Did I miss some patch notes? Who knows? Anyway, let's get started. So, one of the big problems with the penguins is that they have really, really low health, but very high torpor, meaning that killing them by accident is a very possible thing. So what we're going to do straight away is get to making a load of tranquilizing darts. Now, this should be quite easy because I have most of the materials already and I do have a fixed gun. So all I need to do is put a load of our narcotics, which we had last time for our recent, carnivore sedation, and then make some more. So we need some more metal and we need some simple rifle ammo. Now, how do we make that? I completely forgot. Just in metal and gunpowder. Okay, so what I'll be doing is making some gunpowder. We have most of the resources here and there. I think all we need is a bit more charcoal, honestly, which we should already have. Okay, so I'll make some spark powder, make some gunpowder, make some more shots, and we'll be right back when we're going to set off to the Arctic wastes once more to find us some penguins. Look at those fur physics. So it turns out ARK's gone a little bit mad when it comes to fur and feathers. Now, at first, I thought that perhaps, just perhaps, I had just, not been on these graphic settings before, and I was just missing something obvious like that. But then I saw Dusk when I had to get over here to retrieve Pretzel, and, well, Dusk has never looked quite so fluffy, and apparently Pretzel now has a mohawk, so, yeah, it's been a bit of a change, apparently. All you need to do is leave a game for a week or two, and everything changes on you. But I digress. Let's get started on our long journey towards the Arctic Circle to find ourselves a couple of penguins. Now, like I was saying before, they do have the special trait of being able to keep you warm if you are close enough by. Essentially, they act like mini air conditioners, which is really, really cool, because it means over in our Arctic base, we can actually have some penguins just walking around all nice and relaxed, warming up the place, although I think the range of the ability is very, very lacking. On top of this, as I mentioned before as well, you can get organic polymer, or I think it's called organic polymer, which essentially is a polymer which is made by creatures. So I think you can use it in the exact same way as regular polymer, although that's what we will be testing later. Sadly, though, to get this, you do have to kill the poor things, or at least that's my understanding. Well, I just found out something interesting. We can't test it out right now, but according to the internet, and the internet is a ever-reliable source, a direwolf can actually harvest the organic polymer from the penguins, although other creatures can't. At least that's what it's saying on the Wikipedia page currently. If that's wrong, of course, I'll probably change it in the description, but as of right now, that seems to be the case. Well, here we are in the frozen tundra. Now, according to the map, the penguins can be found essentially anywhere within this biome. However, my theory is that they're going to be found mostly around the icebergs surrounding the area, because in my head that makes far more sense, and by the looks of it, we may have found them, so that's pretty darn awesome. Also, I saw some mammoths on the way here. Oh wow, the fur update has hit them in a serious way. It looks so bizarre. They are truly woolly mammoths now. There we go. And hello, penguins. Now, really sad little fact. The younger the penguin, the more oil, well, the more organic polymer it will actually give us. And it is completely tameable, just it's even harder than the adults. Oh, look. I don't want to hurt you guys. Oh, look at their little eyes. Their eyes are tiny. Like, tiny. Okay, these are really derpy looking and really cute at the same time. So, first of all, though, I want to see if they are actually tameable using the crossbow. Now, what I've done is I've lowered the I've upped the dino resistance, so it's back to 1.0. So here's hoping that this will be a good test. As before, I had the resistance a little bit lower so that it took less tranquilizing effect to actually tame things. Because, well, I was going on a bit of a dodo taming spree after I got my recent mega carnivore. Okay, a very quick break there to go and get a drink and make sure that the sliders are where I wanted them. So what I was trying to say before was, essentially, I had the sliders so that dinosaurs took less damage from most sources, which of course meant taming dodos is a lot easier. I've now put it back to the standard setting, which means hopefully, well, we'll see if this thing kills the poor thing, or we actually get it unconscious. So I'm just using a regular crossbow, nothing special, standard quality, with, of course, normal tranq arrows. Sorry. So according to the wiki page, like I said, their health is really low in comparison to their torpor, meaning that, well, any form of damage-dealing torpor increase, you've got to be very careful with. Oh, look at his health. He's already bleeding quite badly. I feel like this may be a bit of torture here. Oh no, there he goes. Oh, very low health though. Yeah, I can certainly see why people recommend using the tranq darts instead, which of course do far less damage. Okay, well anyway, let's put some meat in its inventory, as I assume it eats meat considering it's a penguin, and hopefully we'll see how long this takes. Well, its torpor's going to... it's not got that much torpor. Oh, yeah, but it has almost no health, so okay, yeah. 171 health with 570 torpor. That is pretty poor. Okay, well, let's see how good this is. So, the problem is I can only take one with me at a time, so trying to tame one of the little babies is going to be horrible. Oh, it's really sad, but like I said, these things drop more oil, so I need to see that in practice. Oh no, I can't do it. No, I literally can't bring myself to do it. It's just, this is so cute. I'll try and tame one later. Okay, adult, still really sad, but still, I know, I'm sorry. Okay, so let's see. Organic polymer. Now remember, I do have the increased harvest settings, which means you get a lot less than that normally. Does it have an expiry time? These incredibly strong, lightweight plates are somehow naturally made in certain creatures. Incredibly hazardous to human health if consumed, and apparently you can consume... Why would it let you consume... like a suicide pill then? Well, that's lovely. We've essentially got cyanide pills in the form of organic polymer. Wow. My timing is currently on ×3, so nothing over the top at the moment. So, yeah, that is really easy to time. Considering they do very little, that doesn't surprise me. So we'll time this one. We'll take it back to our base, check out the heat resistance thing, and then we'll go ahead and try to tame one of the babies. Because I really want one of the babies, because they look adorable. And yes, I probably will be breeding the penguins because, oh, baby penguins. Also, does this mean this is the first animal which is naturally found in its baby state, which has actually been added to the game? I guess it would be, unless one of the others has been updated to do so. Your mohawk looks so stupid. Anyway, there we go. That was incredibly quick. There is no reason to tame them for combat, since they are useless in a fight. Still, they are regularly tamed for their cuteness and friendly nature, and the fact their bodies run extremely hot. Just standing near them can help a survivor stay warm through long, harsh nights on the icebergs. Don't know for a name yet. I'll think of a good name later. Hello. Okay, well let's see. My resistance is, hypothermal is 387. Can you just stay there for a second? If I walk away from the critter. 368. Okay, yeah, so that's not that much, but I wonder if that affects stacks. Actually, that's a good question. I wonder if the effect actually does stack. Also, apparently, the closer you get, the better, which means literally cuddling these things is the best idea. Aww. You're going to be like the cutest animals on ARK. Yeah, I would say they are the cutest animals on ARK. They're saying that a baby Rex is also adorable because of their huge head. Let's grab this thing and let's go ahead and go back to our frost-bitten base. And we return to kidnap even more penguins. So, I did have a bit of an idea while I was going back to the base. And one thing we could do is always bring our Argent Avis along with Pretzel here, which means we could literally load the penguins onto the back here and then take them all back as one giant, one giant adorable load of them. Wow. Level 108. Well, you're going to have a lot more health, but also a lot more torpor, so let's see if we can perhaps get the juvenile using the gun. So of course these do less damage than the arrows, but do a significantly higher amount of trank effect. So here's hoping that these will actually work. I know, I'm sorry. At least they also look a lot less painful, to be honest. Is that blood stain on its head, or is it just its fur? I can't tell. Oh, I think that's just its fur, good. Oh, it's so cute! I'm so sorry! Please just get knocked out. I believe in you. You can just pretend they're flowers and I'm giving it flowers. Wow, this thing takes an absolute load of shots. Saying that, level 108. There it goes, finally. And again, almost dead, but once again as well, lower health because it's a baby, and wow, much higher torpor because of its level. There we go. Just use a couple of those so I can go out and perhaps knock out another one. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is collect perhaps 3 or 4 of them and then have them all together at the base. That way we can check just how effective they actually are. Click. Don't go into the water. No, wrong way. Level 4, okay, that's a bit easier. Nope. You're not getting into the water. That was easier. Okay, trank darts, awesome as ever. Did I just... Yeah, I just gave it all of my narcotics, didn't I? Whoops. So yeah, I'll be doing this for a second. Be right back once I've got 2 or 3 more. Oh, look, the baby's already tamed! Oh, it's the little maturation progress bar. Oh, that's a shame. Of course they do grow, but I was hoping perhaps they hadn't implemented that yet. That means you're going to eat loads of my food because you're technically a baby, just like Tina. Oh yeah. Babies are not good to tame. For that very reason. That's a little bit sad, honestly. Because they are absolutely freaking adorable. So, be right back. So now it's time to do some science. We currently have a hypothermal insulation value of 419, and we're currently being surrounded by this adorable little penguin family. Just look how cute it is! But we do have one other just a little bit further out, so with us staying still, let's call over the other penguin, and let's see if that actually increases our insulation at all as it gets here. 419, still 419. Okay, it's not close enough. Come on. Okay, that's all in the huddle, and hopefully about the same place. 445, yes. Even if I am in slightly a different place, that wouldn't possibly be that effective. So they do stack, however, the range seems really, really poor. Okay, so 368 I think is my natural. Yeah, okay. Still 368. Still 368. I think it is literally one tile. 368. Wow, that is... Okay, there we go. You have to be this close to actually get an effect. That is surprisingly bad. But, like I said, in a building, I guess you could You could literally strategically place these in certain places. Strategically is a really hard word to say when you're suffering from pneumonia, by the way it turns out. Your lungs don't want to just expel air in that way. Anyhow, breathing. They'd be really good if you placed them in certain places, then had a feeding trough, so the whole building would be warmed up by you walking past adorable penguins. I mean, come on, that definitely beats using an aircon. But now, of course, the hardest part is going to get these things back to the base, so... Is there any way I could possibly... I guess what I could do is build a ramp. Build a ramp on the back of the structure and then have them walk up it. Actually, that might be better and faster, so I'll do that. Do we have any wood already? That would be great if we did. No, but sadly, of course, I haven't learned any of the engrams again. So I'll be back in a second. I'm going to learn the wooden ramp and see if we can get these things onto this platform without us having to take them one by one all the way up there, because that will take a long time. Time to finally get some use out of the platform saddle on pretzel. Okay, there we are. That should be able to work. At least I hope it should work. If pretzel actually stays a bit lower than she is now. Okay, there we are. Everyone, you're going to your new home, which honestly is probably better than down here. It has food and everything. Copious amounts of free food for all. That's it. Follow me, you lovely penguins. Oh, their running animation is so adorable. ARK, why you make such cute animals, and why do you have to make us kill them to get the resources? Will this work? Oh, yes, 3 out of 4 already on. Maybe I should make walls around this. Walls would probably work better. Where's the baby? Oh, stop. There we are. Now, hopefully, they won't fall off, because if they fall off, this is going to be a real big problem. There we are. Yes, the Penguin Express leaves the Arctic to go back to its base. So I'll simply deposit all of these around the base. I'll probably let them wander in a building and close the door, just let them wander around. I'll build a very quick feeding trough for them since we have all the resources, so the baby doesn't just randomly, you know, keel over and, well, end. And then we'll head on back and see if the organic polymer can indeed be used as regular polymer. Home sweet home, and time to test out the organic polymer. Okay, so what we'll do is actually take out everything. So there we are, we have no forms of polymer currently in the fabricator. Let's go to weapons, firearms, and the fabricated assault rifle, which takes 60 polymer. So if we put in regular polymer, that should now change to 20, indicating that we have 20 usable polymer in the inventory. How about if we use this? I'm really hoping this works, and it doesn't need some kind of refinement. It works fantastic. It now counts as having 12 polymer currently in the inventory, meaning you can use this straight away. Even if it does spoil over time, it just means you've got to be a little bit quick. And with that note, I've made a bit of a change of plan. We are keeping the baby level 155 female at Herbivore Island because A, it's just too freaking cute, and B, it means it can share the food trough with Tina, who's almost an adult herself. So if anyone has a good name for this adorable little penguin, then of course, as always, leave it in the comments below. I will be reading them and trying to decide a name from them. So, with all that said, I think that's pretty much the penguins covered in a nutshell. So thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed the video, then of course, likes, favourites, shares, comments, all that good stuff helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that ARK Survival Evolved is a series you wish to see continued in the future. Next time, we're going hunting for the anglerfish.